Hello. 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 What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Skate with Tess. I wanted to take a moment to properly introduce myself and this channel, as I am having a lot of fun and I foresee many more episodes in the future. Now, some of you may know me personally, some of you may not, maybe a brand new face to you. And to that I say hello and welcome, and I am so glad that you are here. It means the world to me that you watch my videos. I am just having a good time, and as long as I'm having fun, I'm gonna make videos. So first of all, I want to tell you a little bit of my roller skating story. Roller skating has been a part of my life for a very long time. I got my first pair of skates when I was about 4 or 5 from my parents. I would not take those things off. I would skate around the house, and the only hard surface in our house was the kitchen, so I would go round and round and round in the kitchen, just over and over and over. Sounded like a thunderstorm in the house the whole time, because all you heard is was just little Tess in the kitchen going in circles. And almost every single birthday party was a roller skating party at a roller skating rink. I wasn't doing tricks and stuff that I do now, but I definitely had a thorough appreciation for it, and I could find my balance on my wheels. And then after I graduated high school in 2009, I saw the movie Whip It in October in the theaters. My mom took me, and afterwards I was like, Mom, I must do that. I need to go play roller derby. That looks so freaking cool. And so I was looking everywhere, and I was trying to figure out where I could play, and I live in Los Angeles, so there were only 2 teams at that time in 2009, 2010. It was the Angel City Derby Girls, which is the flat track league, but what was more well known, and my mom took us to a game, we went to go see the LA Derby Dolls, and I wanted to play with the Derby Dolls, but I couldn't because at that time you had to be 21 to play. But then I just randomly put it on Facebook. I'm like, I want to be 21 because then I can be a bartender. I wanted to be a bartender. That never happened. And I want to play roller derby. And somebody was like, you know about the Angel City Derby Girls, right? You could go play with them. And I was like, what? And they're like, yeah, it's 18 and over. I was like, yeah. So I think literally that moment, I went online, found them, found where they have their fresh meat practices, and I was like, sign me up. So basically what you have to do is you have to do new recruits first, which was, they teach you how to skate before playing derby. They don't teach you really how to fall or anything, maybe a couple falls, but nothing crazy. And I did it. I went every single week. It was once a week at a roller rink here in Los Angeles. I think it was twice a week, actually. I used to go twice a week, and I was just always there. I wanted to do it so bad. They had tryouts in March, I think, of 2010 for the Rocket Queens, the B team. And at that time, it was just fresh meat, which is like freshmen, basically. You're brand new. It's new recruits, fresh meat, Rocket Queens, Hollywood Scarlets, which was the A team, the travel team, the charter team. And so I tried out for the Rocket Queens. I got on the Rocket Queens, and then I was playing with the Rocket Queens, and then a couple months later, they're like, hey, we're having tryouts for the Scarlets. And I was like, I want to be a Scarlet, which is the A team. And I got on that team. So in less than 6 months, I got on the A team, but I was just always on my roller skates, just figuring out drills, trying to keep up with the girls that were really good. And when you're 19, you just have this fire in you. You just just gotta do it. So I did, and I did it. And it was a great experience. I played with the Hollywood Scarlets for 5 seasons, 4 years, 2010 through 2014. And it was my growing up years. They were my sorority. I went to college, but I didn't hang out with anybody in college. I was playing roller derby. I was busy. And when I graduated from college, instead of going to the graduation ceremony and graduating on stage, I went to the tournament that was that weekend. I was not gonna miss it. I didn't know anybody in college, but I knew roller derby and I wanted to play. It's all I wanted to do. Eat, sleep, breathe, roller derby. Anyway, we were at the tournament, and the day that I was supposed to graduate across stage, my teammates surprised me in my hotel room, and they had a little graduation ceremony for me, had the diploma. They got like their old like graduation gowns from their college days, and we had a little ceremony, and they had gifts, and it was like, that's how close I was. That's how much like I loved them. It's like graduated college with playing derby. Does that make sense? But during that time, I was the new recruits trainer for the Angel City Derby girls, for all the new recruits when, I was a new recruit at one point, and I remember being really new and being like, oh my God, this is so scary, but cool, but scary, but cool, oh, the floor. And I taught those girls, I love them. That was once a week, every single Thursday, and I freaking love teaching them. I still talk to them. They call me Mom. Well, my derby name was Tyra Shanks. I should have said that. And everybody called me Shanks. So my new recruits, they call me Mama Shanks. They gave me Mother's Day cards. I still have those, and they made me really, really happy. I was always on a plane, at least once a month, if not twice a month. During the off season, I got to go travel and train. I went to places like all over SoCal. I went to Arizona, who I still talk to Holly Ween. Hi, Holly. And I got to go to Alaska with my buddy B Train. She was my teammate. She was like, hey, you wanna go to Alaska and train the girls up there with me? I was like, yes, and we went. It was the time of our lives. And then I went to Puerto Rico with a few derby girls, and we trained the Puerto Rico girls, and it was a really fun experience. Got to go into a magical Puerto Rican rainforest, and it was a beautiful thing. Every year they had these conventions, these roller derby conventions called RollerCon, and it was just like 8 days of debauchery. It's, you're on the track playing, you play for whatever team. So they'd have like Star Wars versus Star Trek, and you pick a side and you play. They had the gays versus the straights, or you get on your side and you play. They had Krispy Kreme versus Dunkin' Donuts. They had the French versus German, and I was on the French team, even though I'm not French. It's just for fun. We had berets and black and white striped shirts, and had French accents, and it was just fun. And so it's a full like 8 days of that in Vegas with the sweltering sun in the middle of summer. And you go to that every single year, and I met so many amazing people at those conventions. You eat, you kind of sleep, you stay up all night and you party, you drink, whatever, and then you get up the next day and you play like 3 games. Then you go buy some merch, then you go meet some more people. You don't sleep. You need a full week off after that. I got to be on this kind of, I don't know what you call it. It's not even a league. It was just an offshoot team called Team Bionic. I met them at March Radness that the Derby Dolls had every year. It was like a spring camp, and they had, a new camper would be chosen to play in the big tournament with the teachers and a bunch of other campers, and I was one of the campers chosen. Then I saw, and I was just like, hey, can I be on Team Bionic? And Team Bionic it was this bank track team in Colorado Springs, and we would go out every month on top of the other games I'm playing with the Scarlets. So it was just like roller derby nonstop. I started doing CrossFit when we started playing roller derby, and that was intense. So it was like, I had a job, I worked at a grocery store, I was in college full time, I went to CrossFit in the mornings, and then roller derby like 3 or 4 times a week. Plus I was training new recruits. It was intense, it was a lot, and it was worth it. And yeah, that was my early 20s. I was playing derby. I retired in 2014. It was this big championship game. We got to go to a lot of championships. By the end of my derby career, we had made it from, I think, top 40 in the world, or something even lower than that in 2010. And we had made it all the way to the top 10 in the world. It was pretty insane. It was a great experience. Just amazing people. I retired in 2014 because my body was done. It was done. My back was done. You just get tired of getting hit after a while. And you just want to do something else. I am someone who likes to have a new adventure, and I was ready for a new adventure, and it felt like the chapter had closed, and I just did it. I was like, you know what, I think I'm done. So the last game, my championship game, was in Nashville, which is where I'm from. So my family in Nashville got to see my championship game. And I was like, this is the perfect way to close it out. This is it. Like, awesome. And I never went back. And that was 7 years ago. I skate around here sometimes, around the neighborhoods and such. I found some really cool parking lots. Usually where I have my videos is this place like way at the top of the mountain, because I live at the bottom of a mountain. And I go up there and I skate, and they're so kind, and they're like, go ahead, you know, do your thing. And you know what, like a month ago I had an idea. I have been asked to do roller skating lessons. I used to do a few on Instagram just for my friends that were not related to any of my roller derby fam. I don't really talk to a lot of people from the roller derby world. Roller derby just kind of keeps going without you, kind of a thing, and you just have to accept it. But I had this idea, you know, recently, and I knew that I would eventually work up to creating a YouTube channel where I had roller skating lessons. I just needed to get back into it and get the confidence for it. And here I am on this channel. I just came from having my own comic book podcast. That was my last big project, and now this is my new project. I don't know how long this channel will go. I don't know if I've got so many video ideas. It's crazy. Like, there's not enough paper in this house for all the ideas that I've scribbled down. I'm so excited for this. So I foresee it going for a long time. You will notice that my skating videos are not like the trendy TikTok, Instagram stuff. They're more like roller derby stuff, and there's some fun things, which I think that it's really important to have roller derby skills when it comes to beginner roller skaters, you know, because the foundation of it all is preventing you from injury, which is what you want. If anything, you're gonna be a lot more fierce in your derby skills, a lot more in your roller skating skills. I switch derby for roller skating all the time. So if I say derby or roller skating, it's the same thing. I'll say derby skates, derby girl, derby skills. I mean roller skating skills. But yeah, you can use, like, I'll try to learn how to do like these new dances and stuff on TikTok, and I'm like, oh, I already have this skill. I can already do that. I do that, but now it has a name to it, and now I can kind of do it. You know, I think that derby skills are just really important for beginners. And do know that anytime on this channel, I will not ever post a trick or a skill that I have not built you up to. That is my own personal goal. I love new recruits. I love new beginner skaters. I love people that are excited to skate, and I want them to skate for as long as they can. So I make sure that you have all the foundational elements to build your 10-story house, but we have to go story by story by story. And lastly, I just want to talk about my goals for this channel. My ultimate goal is to create a community and a space where everyone feels welcome. The minute they hit play, they know that they are included, and they're, like I said, they are welcome to be here. But I will always take the time to be like, hey, I know you got this. There's a way to do it. We just got to break it down into finer pieces. You know, you got to have more patience with yourself. You got to believe in yourself more. And that's a journey, and that's why I'll always say, enjoy the journey, enjoy the ride. You have to. This is for fun. This is for fun. Nobody says, I need to put on my 8 wheels to build today. I need to put on my 8 wheels to do my finances today. I need to put on my 8 wheels to do anything, insert work thing here. We put on our 8 wheels for fun, right? And we have to remember that. That is the base of all of that, is we're having fun. So I will make sure that that fun is in every single episode, and I want you here. I want you to stay here. I want you to have a great time. Please feel free to reach out and comment on the bottom of videos, any skating questions you may have. I have gotten a couple of lovely people asking me if I'm going to do any in-person skating lessons. And right now with the world as it is, no. I want to be safe. I want to make sure everybody else is safe. But it is a goal, a dream of mine, to have a roller skating camp for a couple days, you know, like a Saturday and a Sunday, or just one day or whatever, where we skate for 4 hours a day, 8 hours, whatever. And, you know, we get to know each other and create this little community. I definitely want to have a really cool venue where it's accommodating for everyone and it makes sense, it's in a good location, and also I want to have a first aid person. Those are 2 things of mine that needs to happen if I'm gonna have a camp. But I will let you know when that happens. I'm not making any promises, but it is a goal. I am manifesting it, so we'll see. If you build it, they will come. So right now I'm in the process of building. So now that I've introduced myself, please, please, please introduce yourself in the comments. Let me know where you are in your skating journey. Even if you're like, hey, I ordered my skates yesterday, I'll be like, welcome. So everyone, this is the Skate with Tess YouTube channel. I am so happy you were here. Thank you so much for being here. It means the world to me. I hope you enjoy this journey and I hope you enjoy the ride. I'll see you next time. Bye.